Hey everyone, what's up? My name is Ryan, and welcome to my first trailer breakdown. With E3 happening right now, there's a whole lot of gaming news, like new game trailers and new games being announced. If you're a gamer, there's a whole lot to be excited about. There's going to be a bunch of great new games coming out the next few years. But there's one game at the top of my list. It came out of nowhere during Sony's press conference and totally stole the show for me. The game is Horizon Zero Dawn, and it was announced on Monday with a 6-minute gameplay trailer. Because this is a brand new IP, I thought it'd be fun to take a close look at the gameplay and discover any secrets it may have. Let's start with the plot. The game seems to take place on our Earth. The narrator of the trailer speaks of the Old Ones, a community of people who built great cities with incredible buildings. That all changed when something called the Darkness came. The video shows a power outage of global scale and implies that this led to the downfall of civilization and the deaths of many, many people. Without power, humanity couldn't survive, and a new way of life emerged. Many tribes also emerged, and figured out how to hunt and how to survive with a combination of futuristic and primitive technology. This is the game's main character, though she hasn't been named yet. The man she is with seems to be either the chief of the tribe or her father. He helps her train and shows off a new kind of bow and arrow to her. Next, we're introduced to the robotic creatures that inhabit the land. Some seem very closely related to real animals, like these robotic deer, and others not so much. Next up is the actual gameplay portion of the trailer. Now, before we get into the action, let's look at the HUD. The only things on the screen are her weapon, a bow, what kind of arrow she's using, and how much ammo she has. There's no health bar or minimap. While this could simply be a build just for the purpose of showing off the game, the non-cluttered HUD looks great, and isn't distracting at all. Next, while on the way to hunt, our character stumbles across a robotic creature called a Watcher. First, I want to point out that the Watcher's eye is blue originally. Then, when it suspects that someone is nearby, it turns to yellow as it scans the grass. The Watcher finds the player and attempts to alert, we assume, other Watchers, but is impaled with a spear before it can. As the player walks by the Watcher, a prompt to search it appears, maybe implying that all robotic creatures can be scavenged for parts or materials. Then, when our player is about to hunt some robotic deer, 2 giant robot dinosaurs walk by. Notice too that their eyes are blue, which means they haven't been alarmed in any way. What's interesting is that the robotic deer don't seem to be inherently scared of dinosaurs. They continue to graze like nothing happened. Perhaps they can sense the blue-eyed calm of the creatures and know they aren't a threat. Now, I want to go back and point out that when the dinosaurs walked by, actual birds were startled and flew away. This means that there could be any number of actual animals still alive, and that all of them aren't just robots. Moving forward, with the robot deer closer, we can see that they have canisters on their backs, filled with a green liquid. The main character says that the canisters should be full by now. It appears that the more the deer eat, the more the canisters are filled, and that the liquid in the canisters is important, though we don't know for what reason. We then see the player shoot her arrow for the first time, and she does so to knock one of the canisters off of the deer's back. When she does this, the deer's lights also change colors, from blue to blinking yellow and red to red. The entire herd acts as one, and in this case, red seems to indicate fear or feeling threatened. The deer drops the canister, and we can see that it's called a blaze. She picks it up and then attempts to get more from the fleeing deer. At this point, we can also see that she can reload her bow and arrow extremely fast, allowing her to shoot her arrows in rapid succession. And then comes the best part of this trailer, our hero fighting against a robot dinosaur. Its lights are red, and from this we can gather that lights will probably work mostly the same on all robots. Blue means calm, yellow means caution, and red means extreme agitation. For this dinosaur, it means that he's pissed off. Moving back just a little bit, we're shown 3 separate times that the environment is at least somewhat destructible. We can see trees falling and rocks breaking because of the dinosaur. In addition, when the player is damaged, the screen's edges turn red and goes away over time. This probably means that she has no health bar per se, but just can't take too much damage in a small amount of time. We can also see the dinosaur's first attack, a rocket launcher. From the smoke trail, it seems that the rockets go straight in the air first and then home in on the character. Now we get a first look at the character's weapon wheel. It shows that she has 3 different types of arrows. The one she's had equipped this whole time is armor piercing. She then switches to an electric arrow. We'll get to the other symbols on the wheel later, but for now we can see that only half of it is filled up. This means that she'll probably get a few more arrow types and a few more non-arrow weapons. Lastly, when the weapon wheel is up, she and the game move in slow motion. This is similar to games like GTA and The Witcher 3. Next, the player slides under the dinosaur and shoots its belly with her electric arrow. She breaks one half of what seems to be an important part of the beast. We also see what I'm calling a super zoom. When she shoots her arrow this time, the screen zooms in very far, so much that we can't even see the player. Compare that to earlier when she shot the deer. The super zoom also makes everything go in slow motion, giving the player a chance to aim accurately. This zoom function is probably best reserved for more intense shootouts. The player then shoots her electric arrow into the head of the dinosaur, which seems to have little effect. Her next shot, however, hits exposed wiring, and momentarily stuns the beast. We also see the dinosaur's second attack, a charge. The tell for the attack is the dinosaur shuffling his feet against the ground. The player switches back to armor-piercing arrows to shoot the rocket launcher off the dinosaur's back, which we can now see is called a disc launcher. She uses it to deal massive damage against the beast. Then, we see the dinosaur's third attack, a tail whip. Now we get a look at her rope caster. She's able to attach ropes to the dinosaur and then to the ground. After enough ropes are attached, the robot falls, giving the player a chance to finish it off with a super zoom shot to an exposed weak point. This gameplay trailer gave us a lot of information, but also leaves us with a lot of big questions. What caused the great power outage that doomed society? Why were the robotic animals created, and why would deer and dinosaurs be in the same ecosystem? Also, what other robotic animals and real animals exist in this world? There are also some smaller questions I have too. When the player had her weapon wheel up, there was the option to craft more ammo. I definitely want to know a lot more about a crafting system if they have one. Also, we didn't get to see the last arrow she had, or the other weapon in her inventory. Finally, what the heck is that giant bird? And that's all I have for this gameplay trailer breakdown. I hope you enjoyed watching. If I missed anything, or if you have any ideas, put them in the comments below. As always, a like and subscribe would be greatly appreciated. Until next time, my name is Ryan, and thanks for watching.